click, click, click. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Hugs, bougie kiss, mwah, bougie kiss, mwah. Hi, you guys. How is everybody doing? I hope that everybody's been having a great week this far. Disclaimer, just right off the bat. I went to the orthodontist today, and this side of my mouth is scratching up against my cheek. If you know, braces problems. It's really painful, and I didn't want to put a piece of wax on before I started the video because it kind of be like messing with the way I talk. My bestie called. I'm gonna have to call her back, y'all. Y'all, never mind. I'm talking shit. I might have to go put a piece of wax on because ouch. Okay, so that was cap because I had to go get some wax. Like, I just had to do it, okay? Anyway, hi. How are you guys? I hope that everybody's having a great week. Like I said, thank you for joining me again. Yay! So let's hop right into it. Yes, I have my wig band on. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Of course, if you would like one-on-one coaching with yours truly, you can go ahead and click the link in my website, www.lawofassumptionprincess.com. I offer so much more than coaching. I have like subliminal packages, guided meditation packages, just a lot of little stuff that I'm probably going to be adding more to soon. But anyway, you guys, bro, okay. Let's talk about it. Like, okay, so I have a feeling that I have made a video that is discussing, like, you know, how it's okay to feel emotions while practicing the law. I know somewhere in my heart that I have made a video like that. However, I really wanted to talk about this in full because I know that for me, when I was beginning this journey, y'all always know that I reference the beginning of my journey because I learned so much that has catapulted me into the position that I'm in now, you know? And I'm still continuously learning and evolving. I feel like if a bitch don't want to learn something else, like, it's one thing to be grounded in the law, but if you don't want to learn, if you don't want to expand and you don't want to listen, something's wrong with you. Just saying. Anyway, but, you know, I would always kind of put myself through these avoidable frenzies of emotions because of the fact that I was convincing myself in a way that it was like a toxic positivity thing with the law. Like, I was convincing myself that if I was not waking up feeling chipper as fuck on my SpongeBob shit at all times, I was doing something wrong. And that is just not the name of the game. And if you think about it in retrospect, that actually is quite unhealthy. This isn't the law of no emotions, because if that was the case, literally nobody upon this green earth would have ever been able to manifest shit since the beginning of time. Like, right? We all have to feel and showcase our emotions in some type of capacity. And I want you to know that you feeling how you feel about a person, a circumstance, a situation is valid. It is important to handle yourself with care. And it's also important to validate yourself, because I feel like a lot of the times what's going on is some people will be trying to manifest something, but they're sitting on top of a mountain of suppressed emotions, and you have to let that out. Like, you have to emote. It is human nature. It does not mean that you are failing. It does not mean that everything's fucking falling to smithereens and now you can't fix anything because you had a breakdown and you cried and everything's fucked up. That is not what any of that means. And continuing to follow a narrative like that is just going to lead you down more continuous cycles of just getting up and seemingly falling back down, but simply because you're convincing yourself that you're not allowed to feel and you're not allowed to admit that you're feeling. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're setting up a situation where you're just in a catch-22 at all times. And that's not healthy, and that's not hot, and that's not cool. We feel emotions in this household. I feel like first and foremost, I will always uphold that value forever. I am very big. If any of y'all have ever had coaching with me, y'all know that is like one of the main points I make consistently. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to think about your feelings. You are allowed to express your feelings. You are allowed to experience emotion. What we're trying to say when it comes to the law is that you experiencing those emotions doesn't define what is to come, doesn't define who you are. You feeling your emotions is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of defeat. It's not any of these limiting narratives that we have been fed by the 3D world. All of that shit is from the 3D world. Because if you honestly ask me, emotion is a superpower. Vulnerability is a superpower, especially when you get to the place where you realize none of this can harm me. It can only propel me. It can only transform me. You get what I'm saying? And there's also a distinction between allowing yourself to feel an emotion, but being consumed by the situation at hand. You see how there's nuance to everything, and perspective is everything? You get what I'm saying? Perspective is your best friend when it comes to this law. Nuance is your best friend when it comes to this law. I think that that is something that doesn't get discussed enough either, because I see a lot of very much so like polarizing back and forth dilemmas within the law and with people who are new to it, you know, like, oh, if I want to be a millionaire, I can't still be getting up and going to work every day. Like, no, let's have some nuance. You get what I'm saying? Things like that. Let's have some nuance. Okay? Nuance. Perspective. Importante in this law, okay? But yeah, like I was saying, to me, vulnerability and emotion, a superpower, especially when you change your whole point of view of emotions overall. And if you are really somebody who has their feet firmly planted and rooted in the concept of this law, you know that emotions cannot hinder you. They can only propel you, bro. There have been times where I have had moments where I have had breakdowns, and I'm telling y'all, I have found such wisdom that has put me to the front of the line, because I'm just allowing myself to unmasquerade what I'm feeling. I'm not judging myself for it. I'm not berating myself for it. I'm just loving myself enough to know, hey, this is something that I'm feeling right now. It is absolutely valid. It is absolutely okay. And I will still get my shit at the end of the day, because it's all about who I'm being. And it's all about who I'm consistently deciding to show up as, no matter what I am currently experiencing, whether it be in my 3D, whether it be in terms of my emotions, or even my thoughts. Because it's all about who I'm identifying as. I don't want anyone to think of the law as a pipeline to toxic positivity. That is not this. If anything, it's the polar opposite. And I know that there have been people out there, I've seen it. I've seen the messages that you guys have sent me. I read the comments. I see the things that y'all say when you're always getting on yourself for experiencing an emotion, or you got triggered and you spiraled and now you feel like you just completely messed everything up. You did not. You are never, ever at any point in time too far gone. Ever. You're always in control. And it's going to stay like that for the rest of your days. You're always going to be the operant power, regardless of those little defining factors that you have convinced yourself have such a big, massive effect on you that they can get in the way of what you want. I'm here to let you know they cannot. I'm here to let you know they will not. Allow yourself to be a person. This is not the mannequin challenge. This is not be a statue and then get your manifestations. Literally nobody on this fucking planet would have anything if that was the case. Emotion is unavoidable. You don't want to change the fact that you have emotions. You want to change the stance that you have when you experience the emotions. That's what it's about. It's about changing your point of view, changing what you're identifying yourself as continuously. That is what is this about. Woo! I need you to have a hot girl cry and then remember who the fuck you are and keep going. I need you to know that you having a moment of what seems to be defeat is not reflective of who you are overall and your entire story. And it never will be. And it never will be. Y'all talking to somebody who's a Cancer rising. I'm as emotional as they come. I am an emotional diva to the highest degree. And I know that y'all see me getting my shit. I know that y'all see me getting my motherfucking shit and living my life and doing amazing, because I understand that manifestation is an inside job, babes. Manifestation is an inside job, babes. And me having emotions and me expressing those emotions unapologetically, might I add, unapologetically, is not going to stop any fucking thing. at all. If anything, it's gonna propel me, and that's also an assumption that I have that I think is a beneficial assumption, is a healthy, beneficial assumption. When I have emotions and I express them, I am propelled even further into my bliss, into my ideal reality, into my success, because only I control that. Bad bitch behavior. Bad bitch behavior is knowing that it's healthy to emote. Bad bitch behavior is knowing that you're fucking limitless no matter what is going on in your life, no matter what it seems like the 3D is showing you, because it's an outdated piece of shit that has no relevancy. Even if you get annoyed with it, it cannot stop you. Even if you feel overwhelmed by it, it cannot stop you. You do not need to adhere to toxic positivity. We're not doing that no more. Throw that away. Don't convince yourself that if you wake up and you're not feeling like fucking Tigger, you're doing something wrong. You're not. You are fine. You are fine. Just, it's all about your internal dialogue. Okay? I don't need you to be jumping up out of bed every fucking day like this, like Shirley fucking Temple. Y'all want to be Shirley Temple all day. It's okay, babes. It's okay, babes. The manifestations are not going anywhere, bitch. They're not going anywhere, okay? Letting you know right now. They're still there. You don't gotta be Shirley Temple. You don't gotta tap dance for them. It's okay. Like, you can just be regular. I swear. I promise you, you can be regular. And it'll be enough. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my nails. They're cunty. Can I say that on YouTube? Oop, YouTube, act like y'all ain't hear that. Anyway, I want you to sit on that, and I want you to permeate on that. And I want you to love yourself through that. Because what do I say consistently? What does Mother Tiff have to say consistently? Because I want y'all to get it through your heads. This is all about you. It's all about you. And it will forever and only always be about you. Feel your emotions, please. Feel your emotions, please. And if you feel guilty about feeling your emotions, come back to this video or think of me, visualize me in your head going like this. Okay? Because it's not about the emotions. It's not about the emotions. It's about the identification. I can feel an emotion. I can recognize that I'm sad, and I can recognize that I'm feeling a certain type of way without identifying as a victim or as somebody who, oh, bad things always happen to me. Y'all understand that? You know what I'm saying? See how it's important to put that into perspective? I can take awareness of the fact that I might not be at the highest energy today, that I might not be all gung-ho and ready to jump up and da-da-da-da, but that does not mean that because I'm not feeling that way that I am doing something wrong, that I don't get what I want, that everything's going wrong. You see how when you feel emotions, you're assigning a story. You're creating a story around that emotion to convince yourself that that is why you're feeling that emotion. That's what you got to stop. That's what you got to stop. You don't have to stop feeling emotions. You have to stop creating these mini stories within what you're experiencing, because that is what you want to get rid of. Not the fact that you're feeling emotions, not the fact that you're not always happy and positive, but the story that you're creating around that is what you want to dismantle. Because trying to continue to go on a journey where you feel like you can't feel or you can't be sad, that is not healthy. That is not what law of assumption is about. And I wish that when I was a beginner, somebody would have told me that. Like, I really wish that was a concept that I would have been able to digest, because I would have been able to save myself a lot of headaches. I was still getting through everything. I was still finding a way. Like, I was breaking down and still getting everything I wanted, bitch. Like, don't get me wrong. But see how it would have been so much easier for me to just be on a straight road with no hindrances, nothing set up to slow me down, because I'm focusing on the identification, the focus of who I'm being, versus the fact that I'm an emotional person, and sometimes those emotions come to the surface. Because berating myself and giving myself shit for that ain't gonna get me nowhere. Anyway, I'm gonna end it right here. Y'all already know what's goody. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at It's Her Universe. And also make sure that you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, especially TikTok. I'm always on TikTok, you guys. I make all types of content on TikTok. I tell y'all all day long. I make skincare content, gym content, just everything. If you want to keep up with me in my day-to-day life, make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram at TiffriahGrande. And until next time, you know that I love you. 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 I love you.
Switching up the sessions for you.